Hello, friends and enemies. It's me, V. And I decided let's just do a talking to everybody. First off, if you don't know me, my name is V. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Basically, my hormones are out of whack, and as a result, I get a lovely lady beard. I wanted to take that opportunity to say it because I've had several people in my last 4 videos, I don't know if it was the same person or not, say, "Oh, your beard game is strong." Yes, my beard game is strong, unfortunately. Seeing as I'm not able to go in and get it waxed. Also, the fact that if I wanted to get my beard waxed, I then would have to wait to get it the length that it was and then rip it out, only for it to come back. I've done that, and or thread, which is painful, but then it comes back. It always comes back. And because it's gray, I'm not able to actually go and laser it off. Just a little FYI for you. I go, fuck yourselves, if you would. Anyway, I'm really just talking because I realized that everyone's plans have probably changed for 2020. And this video is actually going to be an outlet for people. If you have something that you were planning on doing and you can't do it anymore because of the pandemic, I want you to write it down below and just be like, hey, this is what's going on. So let's begin, shall we? Now, for those of you who don't know, I joined Weight Watchers. I rejoined it in August of 2019. Was it 2019? Yeah, 2019, because my car died. I want to say, yeah, my car died around 2019, I want to say, for the main reason, or was it? Ooh. Yeah, it was last year. The only reason I say it's last year is because I gotta put it into taxes. I just remembered because I had to sell it to a junkyard. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be so fun. Anyway, I digress. With my car being when my car left and all that sort of stuff, I left WW, rejoined back, and then I was like, this year I'm gonna really go every time, and I've not been able to go to workshops because they're doing it all online right now, which I'm joining, but a lot of people are saying, hey, if we're doing online and we're supposed to do in-person and digital, why are you charging us $45 a month and we aren't getting credit for it? And I do agree. Even I'm starting to go, what's the difference between doing it digital and workshop? I prefer workshop just because I could see other people and talk to them, and someone else held me accountable for my weight. I didn't have to rely on myself. Now I got to rely on myself, which has been fine. It's been okay. I weighed myself and I was 214.6 as of right now. To be under 215 is actually fun for me. It's actually great. The things I have been getting rid of, I still have some dairy, but I'm getting rid of dairy. And then the carbohydrates, I'm just keeping under. It's going to be low carb, or at least I'm going to try for low carb from now because I have been able to lose weight with that while still exercising. But that's not why I'm complaining. I'm complaining because I miss seeing people. Here's the thing. I am an introvert at heart. I know you're like, bullshit. But no, seriously, I'm an introvert at heart. But I love going out at least or once a week and just being amongst people. I get all that energy. I suck it up like a sponge, come back to my apartment, and I'm like, okay, I can be alone. I'm good. I can't do that. Now I am just by myself with my thoughts, and I can't suck up other people's energy. It's affecting me. I had an anxiety attack a week or two ago, the 24th, actually. I keep saying the 25th. The 25th is when I got out of the ER, but the 24th is when I went in the ER because I had an anxiety attack. That was not fun. I've been having a lot of anxiety, and with anxiety, I mean I've actually felt like I couldn't breathe and everything. This was the first time calling the ER. Well, actually calling 911 and saying, like, I can't breathe. I took my inhaler. It wasn't working. I took my inhaler again. I still couldn't breathe. And then they were able to calm me down because I had mentally worked myself into this thing of, oh my gosh, what do I have it? What if I'm asymptomatic? I could end up killing my family or end up killing people and this and that. And they're like, you're having an anxiety attack. Don't watch the news. That's what they told me. The paramedic was like, you're having an anxiety attack. And I was like, okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. Then I had some more anxiety attacks. He had mentioned me going back to my apartment. I just was like about to leave, and then I just thought about my apartment, and then, which is here, and then all of a sudden I couldn't breathe anymore. So yeah, that happened. I've been taking Twitter and stuff off as much as I want to talk to friends. It's like, I can't talk to you because I'm just going to get paranoid and freak out, and I don't want to do that. 2020 also, my main goal was to move. It was to get a new apartment, something smaller. And by smaller, I mean, I was thinking like I was thinking really a bedroom apartment, or in one of those houses that they have where it's just maybe 5 people total. I was actually looking at apartments. I was looking at cars, and then this happened. Thankfully, I was able to find a car due to my dad and everything. So thank you, Dad, for helping me. Otherwise, I would be messed over. But since then, it's like, do I really want to move? And there's a chance that another outbreak could happen. Because the way this is going and the way they're talking, they're like, hey, just so you know, summer will probably be fine. And then fall and winter, we're going to see it again. And I'm just like, I don't like those odds. I do not like those odds at all, especially since I have asthma. I don't like those odds at all. I was thinking of going to Norway, believe it or not, next year. Nope, can't do that. Because now I'm thinking, well, what if, I set up my trip and we end up having to do a quarantine again because it happened. So then that means I lose money on going to Norway. What else am I thinking about? Just apartments, talking to people. I miss hugs. I miss hugs so much. I used to love just, like, giving my mom a hug and my dad a hug. But I saw them a couple weeks ago and I was like, I can't, what if I give you, and they're like, give me a hug. And I'm like, I gave them a hug, but it was just that, there's still that scary thing of like, oh my gosh, because you don't know. They're fine. It's been more than a couple days, but just still was like, oh my gosh, what if? But they're fine. What else besides that? Hugging people, being around people. I'd always wash my hands. I think the one thing that got me is that other people didn't wash their hands. And by other people, I mean people that I may have worked with either in the past or present never washed their hands. So now they're getting paranoid enough to wash their hands. And I'm of that mindset of, why the hell weren't you washing your hands to begin with? Why? Why weren't you washing your hands to begin with? I would go into the bathroom. My coworker and I would be, there's a woman and I that work together. We're the only people, only women on the floor. And there will be people from the other floors that'll come down and use our bathroom. There's like 3 women that we know of that won't use our bathroom, but that's because we know them and they have their own bathroom. So they're like, we'll just use our own bathroom. But all the other floors will use our bathroom. And it's not our bathroom, but the thing is, they have their own bathroom, and they'll purposely come downstairs, use the bathroom that we have that's open to everybody because there's no locks, and then they'll poop. They'll stick their hands in the water, and then they'll touch the door and leave. It happens all the time. I've seen blood. I haven't seen poop, but I've seen blood and I've seen pee on the seats and everything. And it's just one of those things like, hey, can you not do that? You know, can you not do that? But they do it. They do it. And they saw nothing of it until they were told they could not come into work because they're not essential workers. So now all those people I don't know what's going on with those people. But right now they're just twiddling their thumbs. Next. This means that if there are concerts right now, the movie theater, I remember as a kid in the movie theater, and now I can't really do that. And it's like, I miss that. Just being around people, seeing all these different things. There's no more bars. You can't hug anyone. Dating is really hard when you think about it, because like I was talking to people on OkCupid, and now it's like, do I even try? I'm not going to actually be able to, talk to you. I don't know. It's just, it sucks, man. It sucks. Oh, and babies. Like my friends, when my friends had kids, I would often see them and then their little baby after they were born, or, a few months, and I'd be like, oh, your baby. And I'd be like, not pinching the little baby's toes, but I'd be like, oh, your little baby feet, and be like, oh, your baby's so adorable. Oh my gosh. Like smelling a baby is like, they smell like peeled grapes. I know it's weird, but have you ever, when you were a kid, did you ever peel a red grape? I used to peel red grapes, and then I would eat the inside of the grape, and then I would leave the peel, and then I would eat it. And as I was eating it, I would taste the smell, and I'd be like, oh, that's what peeled grapes smell like. Okay, whatever. And babies just smell like red peeled grapes. I don't know what it is, but they smell like that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I miss sniffing a baby, just going up to a baby and holding it and just be like, and just like smelling the baby. And I can't do that now. I would never kiss the baby because I know not to kiss people's babies, just because I've seen babies get like herpes and stuff from adults, because adults who didn't know that they were infectious would be like, oh, you're a cute little baby, kiss the little head, and then the little head, or kiss the face or the mouth of the baby, and then the baby's face would just be like herpes, and then the baby would have to go a hospital and almost die because somebody kissed the baby. So I don't do that, but I will smile at the baby. I'll maybe hold the little baby's hand, or touch the little baby feet and be like, oh, hi, you're a baby. Oh, you smell great. I miss that. I can't do that now. I can never probably do that, because babies right now, some of them are dying from COVID-19. And it's one of the things I'm thinking about, like babies, also jobs. So many people are out of their job right now. And I'm just sitting here like, what do we do? I mean, people need to live. They need to eat to live. They need to eat and live. And when I was at Target, I made $10.28 an hour before I left. And they cut my hours, as I've told you guys, from 32 hours to 8. I actually had one of the ETLs say to me, like, hey, we're going to have you're not going to do HR anymore. You're going to be out on the sales floor. Well, I haven't been out on the sales floor for 3 years. Well, you're going to be doing it now. And the equipment that you use, you don't use that anymore. Now you're going to be a cashier. Now you're going to be on the sales floor. Even though everything's changed and you've mostly stayed in the actual HR room, now you're not doing that anymore. But on top of that, you're still expected to do your HR chores and stuff. So as I'm out and about, I have people calling in regards to their application. So then it's like, I can take a message, but right now I'm on the sales floor and I'm not going to be there until 3 o'clock. And then I got to clock out and go home. Or they want me to work from 8 to 1, and then I got to go home. All that fun shit. What else did they do? I'm remembering a lot, which is nuts. It's nuts. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's like, what the hell? But I'm just thinking about all the things that I did at Target and how much I went into debt. And people are like, no, you shouldn't get paid $15 an hour. I'm sorry. You are dealing with the public who are entitled. And I say that as somebody who's now considered a guest by Target standards, which is what we called customers. I would go through the ringer and have people curse me out, and I'm supposed to smile and nod. I know bartenders who work their asses off for tips. Why do we even have the tip industry in the first place? We should just have, this is how much you get paid. I look at Australia when I lived in Australia. Yeah, I lived in Australia for a while, for study abroad. Everybody was paid, they were like, yeah, we already get $17 an hour. And I'm like, $17 an hour? How do you guys do tips? We don't do tips because it's already factored in. You get paid a livable wage. Why is that so different here? Why is it, no, we should do things the way they've always been. And where has that got us? People's health insurance is tied to their health care. Or rather, their health insurance is tied to employment. Which means if you leave your job, you lose your insurance. That's not fun. That's really not fun. Because then it's like, well, then I should stay. I remember reading, there was this guy who was diagnosed with diabetes. And he and his wife ended up going through breast cancer and everything in treatment. He's like, I have to stay at this job. Even if I don't like this job, I have to stay because if I leave, then, I'm going to have to pay out of pocket for insulin and she's going to have to go pay for if it comes back and all these different things. And I'm like, this is fucking nuts. This is what's going on. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. If I'm rich, if I ever become rich, I need to pay taxes. I'm paying my taxes now. If I make a company, I should be able to pay for that. And another thing, if you are a business and you cannot afford to pay your employees, then why are you a business? I'm going to say it again, because some of you are going to be like, well, everyone should be allowed to make a business. Here's the thing. If I make a production company, which I'm trying to get off the ground, guess what? Guess who's going to be the person in charge? Me. But the people that work for me, I need to make sure that they make money. And I need to make sure that I'm making money in order to add them on, slowly but surely. I understand accidents happen, things happen, bad things happen. But I'm talking about the big corporations, the big businesses. The ones I don't want to say because I applied to work for them and they still haven't called me back to say, hey, yes or no. Disney. No, seriously, I put it in like 5 years ago and you never said we don't want you, and your website changed, but now it's like, hey, you had me still as pending review. If you didn't want me, you could easily have just said, no, we don't want you. And then I would have gotten the email and then I would have been okay. But now I'm not okay because we're going on 5 years and y'all still ain't told me if that position for the damn rental place has been filled or not. That's besides the point. The point is, do I need $1 billion? No. Because when I'm dead, am I taking that money with me? Hell no. All that money going to my kids or going to my spouse or going to whoever. Why? Why? Because I feel that I'm entitled to it? Am I really entitled to it? No. I got lucky. How about I give some money back to people? So then that way, other people have things. Now, devil's advocate me would say, hey, if you give your money away and you die, people will think more fondly of you and not think of you as a monster. But that is just devil advocate me. Do not listen to devil advocate me, because devil's advocate me has a lot of stuff to say, and we're not going to get into that. Instead, we're just going to say, leave your things that you miss or things that you want to do down in the comments below on how this has affected you. This is the longest ramble I've ever did. I will talk to you guys later. And as always, fuck Tom Brady. And I need a new phone, but that's another thing that I'm not able to get. And a laptop. Damn Michael Jackson.